State statutes require that the annual property tax levy ordinances be filed with the county clerk on or before the last Tuesday in December. This presentation will provide a brief explanation and overview of the background which drives the tax levy process and gives you a summary of the recommended tax levy for 2017. Taxing authorities all across the county send their respective tax levy requests to the county clerk. Tax bills are prepared by the DuPage County Treasurer and go out at the end of April. Taxpayers pay the DuPage County Treasurer in 2 installments, one in June and one in September. The DuPage County Treasurer then distributes the village's share. Displayed here is a typical tax bill. A frequently asked question is, what does the village do with my tax money? Assuming that the village is getting and keeping the entire amount shown on the bill. Of course, the notion that the village receives all taxes shown on the tax bill is simply not true. The village is one of many taxing bodies that make up your total tax bill. With so many taxing authorities, it can be confusing to understand who gets tax levy money and how much. The chart now being shown represents a breakdown in percentages of taxes retained by each taxing district. On average, and depending on where you live, 10.9% of the property tax burden is assessed by the village. For example, if your total tax bill is $6,000, the village would receive 10.9% or $654, while the remaining portion goes to other taxing districts. Schools get the highest percentage by far. When we look at the details of an average $6,000 property tax bill, this table reveals what each separate taxing body receives. An important distinction within the village is that there is no park district taxing body. Instead, the village has a recreation department. What that means to residents is that the $654 includes the levy for recreation. And because the village includes recreation as part of its overall tax levy, our comparison to other municipalities can appear misleading. A major advantage to having a recreation department as opposed to a separate park district are the benefits of unified administration, human resources, finance, purchasing, information technology, and other support services. To give you some perspective on the difference between park district tax levies and the village's levy for recreation, note in the table that the village had the lowest rate in 2016 compared to surrounding communities which have separate park districts. Going back to our previous $654 property tax bill example, this chart shows you the breakdown of what services the village provides with those tax dollars. Here you see how equalized assessed values have fluctuated over the last decade. Beginning in 2016 is when we saw the first signs of a housing value rebound, although we are still a long way from the EAV levels recorded in 2008. What is the equalized assessed value, you ask? It is a result of applying the state equalization factor to the assessed value of a parcel of property. Tax bills are calculated by multiplying the EAV after any deductions for homestead or other exemptions by the tax rate. Since 2008, the village has essentially held the line when it comes to the property tax levy, keeping a promise made by the mayor and board of trustees to be fiscally responsible with public dollars. Unfortunately, recent actions by the state of Illinois have compromised the village's ability to keep this commitment. With the passage of the current state budget, certain revenues that are shared with municipalities were cut. In particular, the Local Government Distributive Fund, LGDF, was reduced by 10% beginning this past July 1st. LGDF monies come from personnel and corporate income taxes paid to the state that are shared back with local governments based on population. A 10% reduction in the LGDF works out to a $283,000 negative impact on village revenues. Additionally, the state is now withholding 2% of monies from home rule sales tax and excise tax, otherwise known as telecommunications tax, and keeping those funds, calling it an administrative collection fee. The impact of this new fee takes away approximately $91,500 from the village. With such a significant impact to our revenues, the village is left with little choice but to seek an increase in the property tax levy and still be in a position to deliver the quality services residents and businesses have come to expect. For a home valued at $150,000 with an equalized assessed valuation of $50,000, the 5% property tax increase equates to just under $33 for the year. If you have any questions, please contact Finance Director Bill Poling at 630-909-5342 or email him at bill_poling@glendaleheights.org. Thank you.